The San Francisco 49ers will close out their 2021 preseason on Sunday afternoon when they take on the Las Vegas Raiders at Levi Stadium. Sunday's game will mark the first time that Oakland has been back in the Bay Area since leaving Oakland for a second time following the 2019 season. Let's take a look at the 5 burning questions to watch for this week. Number 1, will Kyle Shanahan debut the dual quarterback system? While he hasn't quite named the starting quarterback for Week 1 yet, Kyle Shanahan has told reporters that Trey Lance would be playing this season in certain packages and situations. This week, during practice, he began the process of preparing the team for this. During move-the-ball periods, Garoppolo would start the drives with Lance coming in to replace him for a few plays, and then Garoppolo coming back in and back and forth they'd go. One of the main concerns with the dual quarterback approach is the possibility of throwing off the rhythm of the quarterback. I haven't gone through it yet, so I'm not sure if I ever choose to do that in the regular season, but I'm sure I'll learn, Shanahan told KNBR Thursday afternoon when asked about the challenges that this would present. But I've always guessed it's taking the rhythm out of somebody. I mean, for a quarterback, you get in a flow, so you can get hot and then you can get cold. And I don't know how much it would affect with the individual that way, just because I had never done it before. With Sunday being the final opportunity to practice under game conditions, it would make sense to work the kinks out before the games start to count for real in 2 weeks. Number 2, will the full starting offensive line finally play together? The 49ers invested heavily in their starting offensive line this offseason, with the addition of Alex Mack through free agency and by making Trent Williams the highest paid left tackle in the NFL. Both have been practicing throughout training camp. However, they have yet to take the field for a game during the preseason. Kyle Shanahan mentioned that he would like to get everyone a few snaps this week, so we might finally be able to get a glimpse at how this group will fit together. Number 3, can Jaylen Hurd make a strong case for a roster spot? After sitting out a number of practices, Hurd has been a full participant this week. The primary issue for the 2019 third-round draft pick hasn't been his ability, but rather availability, as injuries have limited him to only one preseason game to this point in his career. We're excited about him. I mean, we're holding on, General Manager John Lynch told KNBR on Friday morning. He hasn't played in the first couple of years, but for good reason. He's had legitimate injuries. But he's been out there. We've had 2 really hard practices, and he's done a great job in them. And it would be a really good thing for our team if he could be out there. So we're pulling for him, and he's put in the work, and hopefully he's there because he makes us a better team if he is. With the 49ers expecting to keep 6 wide receivers on their final roster, now is the time for Hurd to step up and show what he can do. Number 4, Jakwaski Tart. Will he make his 2021 debut? Tart is widely recognized as one of the best safeties in the league when he's on the field. But unfortunately for the 49ers and Tart, the veteran safety has been able to stay healthy. In many ways, Tart is the Jimmy Garoppolo of the 49ers defense, playing in only 36 of San Francisco's 64 regular season games over the last 4 seasons. The veteran missed the final 7 games last season after suffering a toe injury during a Week 9 loss to the Green Bay Packers. That injury would sideline Tart throughout training camp until this week. When asked about the process for Tart on Wednesday, Kyle Shanahan had this to say. Going to see how he looks today. Hopefully, he can get these 3 days, show us that he's healthy, he can play at a high level, and hopefully he'll get some time in the game. So this remains to be seen and definitely something to keep an eye on in the game on Sunday. And lastly, number 5, will Elijah Mitchell take the final running back spot? After missing the 49ers' first 2 preseason games with an abductor strain, Mitchell returned to practice this week. The rookie was given a number of carries and appeared as though he was taking snaps away from Jermichael Hasty. With the 49ers likely to take only 4 halfbacks on the final roster, Mitchell will likely be looking to impress the coaching staff to prove that he deserves that spot.